maybe as as we all witness in the last 2 decades that the if we agree to use the term waves of the coffee development globally, so I think especially in Indonesia, as the last 2 decades, I think we witnessed the biggest wave of the coffee movement in Indonesia. You know, just like a pandemic, quote unquote, the coffee shops grow everywhere. Uh, in which the uh, yes, can let me know if you can
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
the
I can
discussion
hear you.
so I can
I can hear
continue.
clearly. Yes.
Okay, so can you first explain to us the overall impact of the COVID-19 pandemic to the global coffee industry, especially at the downstream level, especially to the coffee shop dynamics, maybe as you have already mentioned in your paper, Mas Kurniawan.
Mhm. Yes. So this coronavirus disease, as we read before in the papers, is like a respiratory illness that started in animals and is now being transmitted between the humans, and uh, it's starting from 2019. So the symptoms include the cough, fever, shortness of the breath, and breathing difficulties. So for currently, we see many people's in not only people's, all businesses, all everything have this coronavirus is given a huge impact all over the globe. Also, as we see, like until today, 281 thousands people have been died because of this coronavirus, and affected also to 188 countries all over the globe. And not only that, also all businesses is being closed. They're facing the closures for the last 2 months. So starting from the March, is World Health Organizations is given label to this issue as a healthy crisis. So it's a pandemic. So all of the country all over the globe, they have to shut down. They have to make a lockdown. So this is like the only solutions that governments can do to protect their society, to protect the society from the coronavirus. They do lockdown. They also put the campaign of the social distancing. So it's not a bit. It's a huge challenge for the society to keep themselves. I mean, like to they are safe in home, but at the same time, they as a business basis, they need to be resilient. You know, yeah, resilience and on their business. So um, some of the issues of this pandemic is not only one country, but all of the countries should following this. I mean, like this. Sorry. To follow this issue, to close everything. So, for example, for trending, we are currently talking about the coffee shops. Not only in Indonesia, as that, mashallah, we have huge numbers of the coffee shops everywhere, from Jakarta until. It's a trend now. Coffee shops is everywhere in Indonesia. It's not only Indonesia, it's also globally. For everybody, for sure they need a cafe in the morning before they're working, but like currently because of this coronavirus they cannot do anything, especially for the owners themselves. I mean, like they have to keep the
Mhm.
resources to to keep the sales. I mean, right, for example, they have crew
Mhm.
to help them in this business. So like for example, not only the small coffee shops and small roasteries, we see like Starbucks, for example, as I see in the, is 20% of their sales globally has been decreased. Also for Indonesia itself, we have decreased for the sales like 50 to 90%. Not only decrease, some of the businesses like coffee shop also they are facing the closure. So this is the huge challenge that we are facing now. Not only all coffee shops or every everything, every sectors, every industry. So that's the introduction, I mean, about the COVID-19.
Okay, thank you, Mas Kurniawan, for your explanation. That okay. So far, if we, you know, assess the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic to the coffee industry using the perspective of global production networks, I'm sure that every part of the chains have different impact, and I think not all of the part of the chain, ranging from the upstream, for example, in the farmer side and the plantation, and then going to the trader, and then going to the roaster, and then the coffee shop to the consumers. So which one of the part of this global production, global coffee network, or the global coffee production chains most impacted to the coffee by the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, amazing question. So currently we see not only the what they call this, the coffee shops and all business, like from grocery to the consumers, but currently we see the challenging as well is coming to the supply chain. I mean, we see the farmers currently they have a challenging to ship their coffee beans, the green beans, to the traders, because it's like, for example, some of the big company like ship company, they hold for 1 month, like 2 weeks to 1 month for a small quantity. I mean, like they have a limited quantity to send per day, like 40, for example. So this is like happened in Dubai now. We have one of the very famous ship company now. We cannot send at the same day. Usually we send it like one to maximum for 1 week, 1 day or to 1 week, but we they receive it currently like 1 month or maybe more than 1 month. This is like, I mean, the challenging of the shipments, because we forced to I mean, from the government side, they, to keep this is for safety, they keep the numbers for the shipping per day. Now this is in the, I mean, this is in Dubai. Like, for example, you see that in the supply chains, in the coffee beans, like the traders, they are giving the they are shipping the I mean the sorry, the green beans. Most of the roastery, they are saying, like I saw that today in some of the website, they are saying uh, that the coffee beans prices is not changing. So like the C prices in New York and London, they're staying the same prices. But currently that they are facing now is a challenging to delay. I mean, like they are expecting, the roastery is expecting delays from the green beans. Like, for example, we're gonna purchase, as a raw coffee roaster, we're gonna purchase for today coffee beans, green coffee. So we expecting delays like 4 to 5 months for the shipments. So this is the big challenge for the farmer side, to the traders, to the coffee roasters. But not only that reason. I mean, not only that part. Actually, as a coronavirus given the huge impact, but also in the coffee shop as well. So as we see now, it's for safety. I mean, for the society safety. I mean, the government asked to close. So some of the countries, they still working, like for coffee shop, they still serving for the takeaways. Some also for the yeah, for sure. Now, as we see now, people cannot drink coffee shop daily in the coffee shop. I mean, the consumers. So they are starting to make coffee by themselves in their home. So it's automatically like shifting the consumer behavior, that daily they're gonna used to drink the coffee in the morning, like daily in the coffee shop. They have to drink now in their home. They have to brew their coffee in their home. So this is like, as we see now also, the sales from the online is being high. So like for example, Stumptown coffee roasters in the New York, like written in the comprehensive study, that they are increased for the online sales become to 250% for the last month. And also for the Indonesia itself, it's written there that uh, increased by the online sales. Also, we are very thankful also to, especially for the ministers of the industry and ministers of the creative economy, that push the market of the coffee through the campaign of the satu dalam kopi, one in the coffee hashtag. So they put in the everything in Tokopedia. They associate with Tokopedia, and we can as a roasters, we can not only roasters, as a roasters and coffee shop, for example, we can sell our products, we can sell our goods through uh, that platform. I mean, the Tokopedia platform, and it's very interesting. I mean, like now coronavirus is push everyone, every market all over the globe to use the market. I mean, to use the online platform. I mean, to use the like e-commerce or something. So uh, some of the countries, they are ready for that. Some of the countries like Indonesia, we are very very familiar with. I mean, we are the highest internet user in the world, maybe the third one, and also like Middle East and some other countries. But the big challenge will be impact to the periphery countries. I mean, like we are periphery countries, for example, Indonesia, but John of we have like periphery countries like Gambia, and then we're gonna call Cape Verde, we're gonna call Pakistan, and the country that they are not used to use the internet as for selling or buying something for the e-commerce. So it is like a big challenge for them. But yeah, currently back to the point. The big impact of the coronavirus is giving a lot of big impact to the from the roasters to the consumers. I mean, roasters, coffee shop, and to the consumers. But from the traders, I mean, from the roasters to up, I mean, to the to the traders and to the farmers, is not really that challenging. But they are only expecting the delays from the shipments. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
very interesting. So also, as mentioned in your paper, that this is interesting. The term of resilience. Yes,
Yes.
we need to figure out how to keep the resilience of the coffee business, especially for the coffee shop owners. You mentioned that they need uh, to be creative, in make some maneuver, in for example, shifting their products, their products, and also shifting, their activities. And then as we know that yes, we still need the caffeine, and then working from home will need also still need caffeine. And then yeah, the coffee shop can, especially the roasters, yeah, can provide the needs of the caffeine from the homes. Yeah, but it is, I think we need to be also see, or assess these situations from the perspective of the workers. Yeah, for example, from the perspective of the barista, because the perspective of the coffee shop workers, not only the barista but also all of the employee in the coffee shop business. Because for coffee shop owners, I think that yes, they have the capacity, or even not all of the coffee shops owners have the same capacity to make maneuvers in this situation.
Yeah.
For example, not all of them, yeah, some of them have to be totally close their business.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them can shift from, from previously they focusing on, serving the consumers in their coffee shop. but they also, roasting coffee in their coffee shop, so they can they shift the focus in, producing the roasted bean. But some of the coffee shop do not have the capacity to make such maneuvers, and then also they have to close. And then I think that the uncertain position is for the coffee shop employee, especially the barista, because I think, if I imagine their position, I think it's scary. And this is, when the government locked down all of the business activities, yes, as a roasters we can, still continue the wheels of the, or the drum still,
Yeah,
rotating in our,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
sorry, in
yeah,
our coffee
yeah,
shop.
for sure.
But when
Yeah.
you are a barista, or you
Mhm.
are waiters in the coffee shop, so I think, what kind of creative thinking that we need to, explore more, not only
Mhm.
in the perspective of, keeping, the business, the perspective of the coffee shop owners, that keeping the business going on, but also how to maintain that. Of course, we have to anticipate, to, we don't want to reduce the employer, we don't want to reduce the workers
Mhm.
as we could.
Mhm.
But, in this situation, I think some of the, coffee shops have to stop the working relation with, especially their part-timer barista.
Mhm. Mhm.
So how do we see this situation?
Yeah, yeah. It's very interesting idea that currently how to keep the resilience itself, like what we do research before, but the first concept of resilience that used by Holling in the research. So to keep the resilience for to keep running. I mean, to keep running for the coffee shops. Yeah, for sure, coffee shop. I mean, like we mentioned before, coffee roasters still can do. I mean, like the coffee roastery still can do productions because coffee should going from them. I mean, like they're roasting that coffee for um, as a best of need from the what they call this from the consumers. So now as a coffee shop, like they have an employee and they have a barista, they have waiter. So how we shift these things to, I mean, to make a movement, to make the maneuver. I mean, yeah, I think it's very interesting to see the creative idea. I mean, to shift, I mean, to make the creativity in at this time. I mean, at this current situation. So, like the owner, for example, they have to force themselves. I mean, like I have to do something for my peoples. I have to do something for my community. I mean, like to how I can pay them without any incomes that I supposed to have like previous months. So, uh, like for example here in UAE, some of the coffee roasters they are producing the coffee instants, for example. I mean, some of the
Mhm.
coffee professionals they will say like, for what you're gonna do for the coffee instance. It's not part of the specialty coffee, but
Mhm.
yeah, we have to do our resilience, and at the same time we see the conscious behavior. They need the caffeine for sure. Like for example, they cannot afford to buy like let's say Baratza Encore, let's say the espresso machines, Lamaraso kinds. Yeah, you mentioned every machines that very expensive to them. I mean, like it's yeah, like for example, Linea is also very expensive for not all people can afford that. So uh, it's it's what so see we can see it we can put the Bill George that I write in my articles about what, why, and how. So what's happening now? What's happening is it's about the coronavirus. I mean, COVID-19 that given huge impact to the consumers. I mean, now uh, why what's happening? So from why we could figure it out. We have to do something for them because we see consumers they need the caffeine. So what they're gonna do? Not only okay, let's say coffee roasters they're gonna sell the coffee beans. I mean, they don't have any problem with that. But from the coffee shop side, they have to do something. I mean, okay, we can do for instant coffee, even though it's maybe lower grade as a, I mean, sensor in coffee, but still caffeine in there, because caffeine has never changed. Whatever you are roasting it, whatever you brew it, the caffeine is alkaline that contained in the coffee beans. I mean, like for example, in the Arabica and Robusta, it's the same content that after you roast it, after you brew it, it will be the same. The same value as the caffeine. So uh, yeah, to make an instant coffee also one of the idea, and it's happened here. And also I mentioned about the perfect daily grind that they are uh, uh, used to do research with instant coffee that millennials wanted to drink. I mean, it's very easy. Just put on the water, hot water, and after that, we're gonna drink it, and everything will be all right. I mean, like you have your caffeine daily. Um, a part of that, you can also use another idea to make like cold brew, like espresso with milk, like uh, UHT. I don't know. We have life longer milk in Indonesia, for example. So we're gonna use it uh, like for the shelf life for 1 to 2 weeks. They can still drink that coffee for there are a lot of things that coffee owner or coffee professionals they have to shift uh, to that at this time, because we need that. We need the sales. We need to resilience, to make the resilience our business, to give. Yeah, we have people in our organizations. I mean, in our company. So we have to do something. A part of that, like instant coffee, and after that, some of the coffee shop as well, they are starting to buy as a wholesale. Like for example, in UAE here, we have mainly two um, uh, coffee accessories and equipments they are selling. So most of the coffee shop, not most, some of the coffee shop, they are buying a lot things like for drip things, for the brewing things. They're gonna sell it. They're gonna sell it. A part of they selling the cold brew, and also for the espresso with milk. I mean, like iced coffee or something. So a lot of things that we can do whatever it is. I mean, to expecting the sales. Even we are selling the accessories thing about the coffee also. It's all right. I mean, depends to the owner. uh, can he face himself, like can he put himself to uh, to the strength of the leader. I mean, at this time, in this situation, the crisis times. So that's some of the ideas. So to make the to create the idea to make themselves, to make their resilience in the business, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Talking about the characteristic of the millennials coffee
Mhm.
consumers,
Mhm.
this is also an interesting topic to be discussed tonight,
Mhm.
because if we talk about the historical development of coffee industry in the world, that we can see at the third wave of the coffee, there is a there is a trend, and I think, yeah, we know for sure that the wave is not simultaneously happen in all of the countries in the world, but I think in Indonesia in the last 2 decades, I think, yeah, we have to admit that we are in this third wave of the coffee, in which the people are more concerned about the quality of the coffee, and then the people are more concerned about the social aspect of the coffee, and then also the taste, the flavor, and also they are going to put a much concern to the the socio-cultural aspect of the coffee.
Yes, understand.
So
Yeah.
the culture of coffee consumer is changing in Indonesia, especially
Mhm.
because also simultaneously with the growing creative industry,
Mhm.
there are many creative workers that previously, before COVID-19 pandemic, they do not work at office. Yeah, they already work at coffee shop, and then
Mhm.
coffee shop is the place for them, for as just like the second home. Coffee
Mhm.
shop is the
Mhm.
second home for many of the
Mhm.
creative industry workers, And then coffee shop is also the place for the social their social relations. So I think one of the important thing of the coffee shop is not only providing the cup of coffee, or only providing the caffeine for the consumers, but also providing the experience. So I think, as already mentioned in your paper, there are also some effort by the coffee shop owners to bring the experience to their home. For example, we can we can keep enjoy the experience of drinking coffee, not only the caffeine, but knowing the story of the producer, the farmer, and then knowing the taste, and then experimenting with the brewing methods at home. So a paper mentioned that in Google they share that the, 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 the people searching for how to brew coffee at home is increasing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, what do you think of this situation? Because I think this is also an opportunity for itself, for the coffee shop owner, to how to bring the experience of, the characteristic of the third wave coffee, when the people experience the brewing at home, and then still know the story, and still enjoying the every stages of brewing your coffee, not only in the coffee shop but also in your home. For example, maybe we can share one of the coffee roasters in Indonesia. I think this is also an innovative idea. Yeah, they created a package of coffee, roasted, and then roasted coffee, and also grind it uh, for 30 for 30 different single origin coffee for 30 days in a package. So I think this is a good opportunity also for roasters. So what do you think of this trend?
Yes. So now some of the millennials, they actually is not enough to drink coffee by their home. I mean, they have to create this social, I mean, the society of the coffee cultures. I mean, like, it's very interesting because we are live now in the different era, not like a baby boomers before. So uh, so some of the idea we can see now globally. I mean, like, even specialty coffee associations itself created a lot of webinars. So some of the coffee roasters and coffee owners, they can learn, they can get the idea from the SCA through the webinars that they held about many things, about mental health, about the sustainability things, about the COVID-19 and so on. So to at this time, as the current situations, also we see the creativity things, not only Indonesia. I mean, like the some of the barista, they held the zooming things like we don't know, and they drink coffee together. So they put like we still drink coffee until tomorrow something. So to drink coffee is still, I mean, like, you can do your creativity as a millennials, like, for example, it's not only to drink your coffee in your home, but the coffee roasters, the coffee owners, they can ask for the barista, like, let's say, guys, let's make a video about how to brew coffee things and how to brew these things, and let's publish in the internet, and let's people get the advantage, let people get the benefit, and they can do that in their home. And after that, even the Instagram itself, we can see now, I challenge you or something, like they put the story, and after that you're gonna push the button of the challenge. I challenge this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and it's happened now in UAE now. For example, one of the consumers, I mean, our customers, they used to drink every day in our place, but at this time, he actually, the COVID-19 is given benefit to him. One, before, he not really that good enough to do a latte art or something, but now his latte art is pretty amazing. It's awesome. So even he challenging the barista, guys, I challenging you to do these things. Like this is very interesting. I mean, to see not only people who drink the coffee in the place like before, but I think I think all over the country they have a different I mean behavior. Like for example, Indonesia's this is like take pictures in coffee shop every single morning. They spend money. I mean, like I spend my money like 59,000 rupiahs to get a good latte art in the cup or something. So this is like our behavior in Indonesia. But some of the countries, some of the peoples in like let's say in the Middle East. I mean, not in UAE, for example, not only people's only to take the pictures and I mean like this is like they are socialized with their community, but they need the caffeine. So I don't care about the photo. I don't care about my ego things. I just want to drink my coffee. So this is like we see depends to the cultures, depends to the society that belongs to. I mean like if like in UAE they never care about how to spend money to brought the coffee machine, so they gonna buy like GS3 the Linea Mini, at least like a very cheapest one for them. I mean like they can do those coffee in their home. So what are you gonna do? We gonna shift here to from coffee shops to selling those things like accessories things and coffee equipment things, and there are buyers to buying that things. But in Indonesia, I think we can do more creativity because most of I mean like not most some of the peoples they can afford that. So we can do creative things like community in Instagram. I mean like in WhatsApp or Facebook or something. So yeah, the idea itself like to keep your brain to keep your brain still yeah still resilience. I mean like for example I don't know which coffee shop in Indonesia like let's say for example coffee shop like Kopi Kecil or something, how they are being resilient about their brands. Like after COVID-19, I'm sure, I'm pretty sure people booming to the coffee shop because everybody talk about coffee now. As I'm sure that. So many creative things, many idea things that we can do, like do webinars. I mean, like Zoom now, even the Zoom owners, like I cannot expect that we are we are the highest. I mean, the platform that used all over the globe. Like Shopify today, not today. Yesterday I saw that after at night that the sales for 1 month it's increased 100% current time. I mean, like this is the COVID-19 time. They are increased their sales because they Shopify is a platform for the POS or something like e-commerce or something. So they are not expect. I mean, they are shocked with the with the third party that as they are associated. Like for example, we are using the Shopify. So all over the globe, they e-commerce is being increased. So in the news, like I saw today, they even Shopify itself, they are shocked with the sales like 100%. So this is like the COVID-19 give the positive things. I mean, like positive idea to the market as well. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting because so many creative idea emerged during the COVID-19 pandemic, and hopefully that after this pandemic end, hopefully soon,
Yeah.
and the coffee industry,
The coffee.
yeah, yeah, there are so many idea will be realized and actualized, and even bigger than the idea itself. So yeah, we almost 50 minutes discussing the impact of the COVID-19 to the coffee
It's
industry, Mas Kurniawan. Thank you very
interesting.
much for your for your time
Thank
and
you so
for
much.
your
Sure,
idea,
sure,
and also so many analysis that you have you have
sure.
on your paper. And then
Yeah, I'm very happy to.
just to recap, just to recap that so there are many creative ideas that the coffee shop, not only the coffee shop, but also the coffee industry players that can develop during this COVID-19 pandemic. from the roasters to the coffee shops and even to the barista. They can still, bring their activities
Mhm.
into, resilience
Mhm.
when the activity is still running. And then, yes, we agree that the coffee consumption and then the coffee experience will carry on. Yeah,
Mhm.
we miss drinking coffee shop,
Mhm. Mhm.
however,
Mhm.
but at this
Mhm.
time, just
Mhm.
keep our optimism and then, yeah, be creative and then, yeah, be innovative. And
Mhm.
then I think, yeah, there are so many idea, and who
Mhm.
knows that there are new
Mhm.
opportunities lies behind
Mhm.
this situation.
Sure.
Okay, do you have additional information or something?
No, no, I'm good for now. I just want
Okay,
to get my
okay,
dinner.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Once again, thank you very much, Mas
Yeah.
Kurniawan.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
that we will have a chance to have a
Sure.
more, deep discussion in the
Sure.
future,
Sure.
not
Yeah.
only about the sociocultural, but also I would like to learn more from you on the technical
Yeah. Yeah. For
aspect of
sure.
the coffee.
We're gonna make a series. It's okay. I hope so for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Mas
Thank you very much.
Kurniawan, and I'll see you again. And
See
have a
you.
nice dinner.
Yeah.
I hope you and your family are doing well, and then keep
You
healthy
so.
and then stay safe.
Everybody.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Mas.
Yeah.